Welcome back to Go With Us, and this is everything you really need to know this week in Pokemon Go, running from the 29th of June all the way until July 6th. Let's get straight into our calendar now, and we're gonna kick off with our Max Monday, which is gonna be featuring Dynamax Pidove. If you guys weren't aware, Dynamax Pidove can evolve into Dynamax Unpheasant, which actually has a male and female form. To be honest, the shiny forms of these are absolutely incredible, but despite that, it begs the question, how good is Dynamax Unpheasant in Pokemon Go right now? Let me just tell you, underrated. Let me show you why. It has a max CP at level 50 of 3091, an attack of 226, which is very solid to be honest, a defense of 146, and a relatively average HP status sitting at 190. It is weak to 3 different types, which is going to be electric, rock, and ice, but it does resist 4 types and it double resists ghost and ground. Always, whenever you're trying to determine how good a Dynamax Pokemon is, you have to have a look at its fast attacks. As you can see, it actually gets 2 different types of fast attacks. It gets Air Slash, which is a flying type, and Steel Wing, which is a steel type. Unfortunately, none of these are half a second fast moves. To be honest, if it was, it would have made this Pokemon a lot better, but after looking at this and doing a little bit of research, do not sleep on Dynamax Unpheasant. The reason why, right now in the game, it is the second best flying type max attacker, only behind Moltres. In fact, it's one of the only flying types that's even usable right now in the game because we haven't had a Gmax flying type come to the game yet. This is why you definitely want to be playing this day. On top of that, remember that daily discoveries bonus, which is huge for Monday. Every single max battle you do in person, you're going to get a guaranteed rare XL candy for completing that. I did this with Dmax Roggenrola the other day, and I found a way that you can get 10 rare XL candy for absolutely free. All you need to do is just go slightly above that soft cap for your max particles. You can then blow all of these max particles on Dynamax Pidove raids, but of course while you're doing that you can collect another 800 max particles, and from there you'll be able to do even more raids for about a total of 10 or 11 depending on where you started at your soft cap. Very underrated and another huge incentive why we need to play Max Mondays. In fact, I just heard from Dynamax Unpheasant and he just told me that a lot of people watching this video right now aren't subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel, it really helps us, and of course, Dynamax Unpheasant has got your blessing to do so. Now let's move on to those Adventure Sync rewards. Remember, every Monday morning at 9 AM, you will be able to collect your Adventure Sync rewards. If you did walk 25 kilometers or over, you will get about 20 Pokeballs, 10 Great Balls, but most importantly, you will get access to a 5-kilometer Adventure Sync egg, which you can only get if you have 1 egg slot open. If you walked 50 kilometers in the previous week, you will then get access to a 10-kilometer Adventure Sync egg, of which if you want to get both eggs, you need to have 2 egg slots open. The Pokemon hatching from the 5-kilometer Adventure Sync eggs are going to be Budew, Chingling, Sableye, Tyrogue, and Happiny. And in the 10 km Adventure Sync egg, we can see Dredagon, Toxel, Bagon, Drampaw, and Gibble. But of course, the big hits there are Bagon for Mega Salamence, Drampaw for the future Mega Drampaw coming to the game. You can get more Toxel candy for those Gmax forms if you're looking to power up. And of course, Gibble, if you did hatch that Hundo CP of 635, you would then have an incredible Mega Garchomp for your team, and as we know, Mega Garchomp is one of the best megas in the entire game. Next up, we have to talk about our research breakthrough box. This is going to be happening throughout the entire season, and remember, you can only get this by receiving your 7th day stamp by completing field research tasks every single day. Once you complete your 7th day stamp, you will then get a research breakthrough box with a couple of premium rewards, but most importantly, a reward Pokemon. Those Pokemon this season can be Dragonite, that Hundo CP is going to be 1625, Axew's in there at 586 CP, Honedge is in there at 595 CP, Jangmo-O is in there at 415 CP, Indeedee male and Indeedee female are in there respectively. Those Hundo CPs are 1027 and 1047, and last but not least, Cloth is in there at 1030 CP for the Hundo. Cloth is the only one that cannot be shiny, but I think it will be coming later in the season. Let's get back to our calendar again and let's move on to Tuesday the 29th, and we have to talk about our 5-star raids that are going to be happening this week. As of the release of this video, you're only going to have 2 days to raid Kartana in the Northern Hemisphere or Celesteela in the Southern Hemisphere. Kartana in the Northern Hemisphere is an absolute must raid, and if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, please remote raid this Pokemon. The reason why is that it is a grass and steel type Pokemon, but have a look at its base attack stat. It's sitting over 300, which is making it, especially as a non-mega Pokemon, one of the highest attack stats in the game, but it is a very glassy Pokemon, so it's going to hit tremendously hard, but not stay on the battlefield for very long. But as a grass type attacker, guys, it is the 2nd best grass type attacker in the game, which is absolutely incredible. You only have 2 days left to raid this Pokemon, please make sure to do so. But then coming in right in the middle of the week on the 1st is going to be the Kantonian birds all the way until the 5th. You guys probably already have a lot of candy for these birds, but just to spell them out very quickly, which ones are the best? Unfortunately, Articuno is the worst out of all of these. It is just getting outclassed as a flying and ice type attacker. The shiny, to be honest, is stunning, but other than that, Articuno is probably a skip. But as for Zapdos and Moltres, it's a slightly different story. Let's start off with Moltres. Moltres has a max CP of 3917, which is really solid. It has an attack value of 251, and we were just mentioning as a max attacker how it's the highest flying type max attacker above Unfezant, for example. This is why it shows really good in raids too, because that attack stat is going to be doing a lot of damage. And how that translates is that as a fire type attacker, it's not so great, currently sitting in the 30th spot, but it's as a flying type attacker because it recently got access to the move Fly, which is breaking it into the top 10, making it the 9th best flying type attacker in the game, and its shadow form is ranked even higher. So guys, Moltres is definitely a Pokemon you could still utilize. However, even in the Master League as well, it is going to be outclassed by other fire types. In Zapdos' case though, this is probably the best out of all the birds. It has a max CP of 3987. You can see that its attacking stat is also pretty high. So as an electric type attacker, it's currently the 17th best in the game still, which is very impressive. And as a flying type, it's breaking into the top 30, sitting in the 27th spot. But it doesn't end there, because in the Ultra League, it's currently hovering around the top 100, and in the Master League, it's actually breaking into the top 80 as of recording this video. The stats and rankings change all the time, but guys, Zapdos is still a really good pick. But of course, the shadow forms of all of these birds are going to be better, so it's a good opportunity to get candy for these Pokemon too. But also for the dmax forms of these Cantonian birds, if you're still wanting to get candy for that as well, remember to also leave these Pokemon in power spots so you can get candy over time. What mega raids are going down this week? As of recording this video, like it is for Kartana and Celesteela, you're gonna have 2 days left to raid Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot right now, we have run through this in previous week's video, but guys, a max CP of 4160, an attack value of 280, which is very solid. It's not the most bulky Pokemon, but it is still the 18th best flying type attacker in the game, and it's one of the cheapest megas because it only costs 100 mega energy to mega evolve it. So guys, you want to be trying to get enough mega energy because there is actually a very specific event coming later in this week where you could really get an opportunity to get yourself a Hundo Pidgey if you don't have it yet, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit. Make sure to raid Mega Pidgeot. But then replacing Mega Pidgeot on the 1st, we are going to see Mega Lucario making its return. If you weren't aware, this is a must raid. Mega Lucario's max CP is sitting at 4325, an attack of 310, which is tremendously good, making it the best fighting type attacker in the game, the 6th best steel type attacker. It is only weak to 3 different things, which is going to be fighting, fire, and ground, but it resists 9 different types, as you can see here, because of that steel typing. And its charge attacks, it actually has quite a few. It has Thunder Punch, Close Combat, Power Up Punch, Aura Sphere, Blaze Kick, Shadow Ball, and it even gets access to Meteor Mash and Flash Cannon. Please raid this Pokemon. We also know that Mega Lucario Z will be coming at some point, and those Mega Energies are going to be split. So while you have the opportunity, and of course we did have Riolu Hatch Day some time ago, you would have probably got a 96, 98, or hopefully that Hundo. Great time to get that Mega Energy now, so that when Mega Lucario Z comes around, you can get the Mega Energy then. What is going to be our 5-star Shadow raid boss this week? Well guys, we actually have 2, because July is going to be turning over in the middle of this week. Please remember, you only have 2 days left to raid Shadow Dialga. You have to do this, and the reason why, and we have run through this in previous weeks, is that with a max AP of 4565, that attack value of 275, it is the 7th best steel type attacker in the game, and as a dragon type, it's breaking into the top 10 with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor. Please remember to remove frustration from this Pokemon as well, because we're still going to be in the middle of the Team Rocket takeover, and that's going to be ending on Monday night. You can remove frustration by using a charged TM. But then our next 5-star Shadow raid boss coming in on the 1st is going to be Shadowpalkia. Guys, Shadowpalkia is still very strong. Max CP of 4512, an attack value which is actually higher than Dialga's at 280, a defense of 215, and a stamina of 189, so a very strong start here. As a water type attacker, it is the 15th best in the game. As a dragon type attacker, it's the 12th best in the game, but in the Master League, it's currently hovering around the top 15, which is tremendously good. These 2 shadows of Dialga and Palkia are definitely worth raiding. It does get access to Dragon Breath and Dragon Tail for the fast moves, and its charge moves are going to be Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Frustration, of course, because it will be a shadow, as well as Hydro Pump and Aqua Tail. Both of these shadows are going to have a 1 in 20 shiny rate as well, so try and raid for them. They're definitely going to have some really good utility for you. Those are the raids out of the way happening on Tuesday and Wednesday. But guys, remember, on Tuesday, don't forget about Showcase Tuesdays. You need to be entering showcases, because to get the Platinum Medal, it requires you to win 100 showcases to get Platinum status. But the other thing they've recently changed is that you can now enter 5 different showcases as opposed to 3 last season. So again, great opportunity to win those, chip away that platinum medal, but also you can get premium rewards such as incubators, super incubators, star pieces, lucky eggs, so on and so forth. A great way to get premium items in the game. Let's get back to our calendar again and let's have a look at Wednesday the 1st. We listed all those raids coming in on Wednesday, but the main thing you need to worry about on Wednesday is going to be the raid hour for those Kantonian birds. We showed you how good they are, specifically the Moltres and the Zapdos. They are going to be coming with that 1 in 20 shiny rate, but the other big thing that they've added to daily discoveries for raid hours is a guaranteed rare XL candy for completing these in-person raids, just like it is for Max Mondays with the Rog and Rolla and with the Pidove I explained earlier. Every single in-person raid is going to guarantee you a rare XL candy, which is a massive incentive to play these hours as well. Again, if you blow through maybe 5 to 10 raids, that's an extra 5 to 10 rare XL candies, and if you include Monday as well, you could be getting over 20 rare XL candies in 2 hours. When you say from that perspective, it's definitely worth it. But also, it's a massive opportunity to get candy, especially for those dmax forms of the Kantonian birds. So guys, what I want you to do is Mega Evolve flying type Pokemon in the background, and especially if that flying type is at Mega level 3 as well, or at Super Mega level like with Mega Dragonite for example, you're going to be getting an extra 2 to 3 candy per catch, including an extra 3 rerolls at 25% chance to get more XL candy. So guys, huge opportunity to get candy for these birds, especially for the dmax forms. Moving on to Thursday now, don't forget about GBL Thursdays. They are still a thing, and guys, I've just had many people say they've just received free Elite Charge TMs, they've got free legendary Pokemon encounters off that reward track, because that's what the GBL offers you. It's not just a whole bunch of PvP competitiveness that a lot of people are scared of. Guys, it's very simple in the beginning. Once you get into it, it can be very addictive, but more than that, on Thursdays, we can complete up to 10 sets per day, which is 50 battles at 4 times Stardust rewards. If you're looking for Stardust, if you're looking for legendary Pokemon or rare Pokemon at high stats that you can get off that free track, GBL Thursdays is a must play. We get sent examples all the time of Groudons being caught, Zacians being caught. Make sure to play GBL Thursdays. But the other thing that they've introduced on Thursdays, which is a massive thing, is going to be the Spotlight Hours. From 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday, the Spotlight Hour this week is going to be featuring Pidgey. Remember what I said about Mega Pidgeot? Yes, it's the perfect opportunity because Pidgey is going to be spawning everywhere, and the bonus in that hour is going to be 2 times evolution XP. So let's just talk about Pidgey very quickly. As we've said, going into Mega Pidgeot, it's the 18th best flying type attacker. But Pidgeot, as of recording this video in the Great League right now, is currently hovering around the top 150. The optimal IV set you want there for the Great League is going to be a 0-14-14, but you never know, a little meta shift going into next season could jump this Pokemon up tremendously. Try and get good PvP stats for Pidgeot. It has seen some decent play in the past. But the main bonus in that hour is going to be 2 times evolution XP. So I want you guys to do this. Look for the famous 6 in your bag. Pidgey, Pidove, Wurmple, Weedle, Caterpie, Wishmer. All of these Pokemon only cost 12 candy per evolution. What I want you guys to do, if you have a lot of them in your bag, this is the time to blow through them. If you're not really interested in catching Pidgey, maybe throw on a series and something like that. Pop 2 lucky eggs, and I want you to evolve as many Pokemon as you can in these hours. You may even have other Pokemon that you want to evolve that you just have thousands of candy for. Do this. Every evolution with a lucky egg is going to be granting you 4,000 XP. I've done this many times over. You could hit about 150 evolutions in this hour, which is going to be granting you over 700,000 XP. Do not sleep on it in 1 hour. That's not something to scoff at. Back to our calendar again, and on Friday the 3rd, we do have to talk about Friendship Fridays. Like we've said, they made a mistake on the blog post originally where we all thought that they had canceled some of the bonuses. But guys, they've included everything. So on Friendship Fridays, we get up to 3 special trades per day. Trades are going to cost 20% less Stardust. We can get a guaranteed 2 XL candy per trade, but over and above everything, every single trade is going to have an increased chance to go lucky. I know I'm the hype guy for this, but I literally did this yesterday. Because I'm best friends with Juzzy, as you can see on the account right now, every single trade was going to be a guaranteed floor of 555. So it's giving him another 100 opportunities per day, depending on how many Frigibacks we're going to trade. And we had already 300 or 400 ready to trade. Guys, on Friday, I got over 15 lucky trades, 15 lucky Frigibacks, and one of them, bang, and you can see it on screen, was a lucky Hundo Frigibacks that was really high level as well. This is why you need to trade Pokemon, because now he has his Hundo Frigibax, which he's going to wait for December Calm Day to get Glaive Rush on this Pokemon for his Baxcalibur. And as we know, Mega Baxcalibur will be coming to the game at some point, and it will be one of the best Pokemon in the game. This is why we say trade Pokemon. We have other examples we're going to show on screen right now. Trading Pokemon is one of the most underrated things to do. Use Friendship Fridays, use and abuse it. It is, to be honest, very, very underrated. Moving on to Saturday the 4th. This weekend gets very busy, but starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday, we have the first event of the week, and it's going to be a stacked weekend of the 10th year anniversary party, which is bringing about huge bonuses. One thing that's important to mention right now is that this event is only going to be lasting for 3 days, but why that's huge is that the bonuses for these 3 days is going to be 4 times catch XP and 4 times catch Stardust. That is broken. We only see this once or twice a year, and this is where I want you guys to take advantage. Before I go any further, I have already released an entirely separate video focusing on this event specifically, showing you how to maximize those bonuses, what targets you should be going after, but a few things that a lot of trainers don't really do, especially because we know that Gimmighoul will be returning this event. Its shiny will be available as well, but it will be coming with a 10th year anniversary coin on its back with a potential special background as well. The way you want to be spawning Gimmighoul during this event is by the way of a coin bag. If you guys don't know how to get a coin bag in your bag, all you need to do, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, go to a friend or try and find someone with a Nintendo Switch that has Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, and all you need to do is send a postcard from your postcard book to your Nintendo Switch, receive it on the other side, and once that transaction takes place, you will then automatically get a coin bag in your bag, which you can then use every single day. Unfortunately, Gimmighoul with these special backgrounds as well as the costume will not be able to evolve, but if you maybe had a Hundo or a 96 of a regular form of Gimmighoul, it's a good time to try and collect those coins, and a good way to collect those coins is via golden lures. In order to get a golden lure in your bag, you need to send a postcard on 5 different days to your Nintendo Switch, and then a golden lure will be made available in your bag. This is, to be honest, not my preferred method. The coin bag is the best way to go. Spawning in the wild, we can see K-Cat Pikachu, Party Hat Eevee, as well as Party Hat Wurmple. All of those will probably be coming with a shiny boost too. There is going to be a 10th anniversary party ticket for a total cost of $2, where we can pretty much get 1 super incubator, 1 premium battle pass, a free encounter with Gimmighoul holding that 10th anniversary coin and the special background, plus a few more goodies. There is also going to be a new Goldango avatar item, which looks absolutely incredible. I love those kind of gold finishes. There's going to be event themed stickers as well, but another big feature of this event is that we can get Blast Burn on Charizard when we evolve Charmeleon. You can get Frenzy Plant on Venusaur when you evolve Ivysaur into it, and you can also get Hydro Cannon on Blastoise when you evolve Wartortle into Blastoise. Guys, these are very, very valuable Pokemon, but like we said, we've done a whole separate video, which I will leave as the end screen of this video. But if we have a look at our calendar, that's not the only thing going down on Saturday. We have Sobble Community Day happening right in the middle of this event from 2 to 5 p.m. on that Saturday. All of the bonuses from the birthday celebration are going to be stacking with this Calm Day. So on the Calm Day, it's going to be 4 times catch XP, 4 times Stardust, but also quarter egg hatch distance, which is making it, to be honest, one of the best community days we've seen in terms of bonuses. On top of all the other bonuses, which is going to be 2 times catch candy, 2 times the chance at XL candy. Incenses activating during the event will last for 3 hours, but that does not include your daily incense. We can also make 1 additional special trade on this day for a total of 2. So if you do consider Friendship Friday the day before, you can make 5 special trades in these 2 days. Definitely don't sleep on that. And of course, these trades are going to cost 50% less Stardust up until 9 p.m. that night. But the other thing you have to do before 9 p.m. that night is evolve certain Inteleon to get certain moves on it. It actually is getting 2 move updates. The first one is going to be Hydro Cannon, the water type starter move, which gets placed on every single water type starter in the Pokemon Go. But the other move update it's going to be called Snipe Shot. In trainer battles, it's going to be doing 65 power, and it's also going to have the chance to increase your attack by 2 stages, which I think is very interesting. And in PvP, that's going to make a difference to this Pokemon for sure. And in gyms and raids, it's going to be doing 100 power, which is also still very strong because it's probably going to charge quite quickly. Of course, when we catch Sobble in the wild or from certain field research tasks, it can have a special Community Day background. So remember that. And there will be a special research Community Day ticket for a total cost of $2, which is going to get you a whole bunch of rewards, which is definitely worth it, but most importantly, 3 guaranteed encounters with Sobble with a special background. Again, I have to drive home the point that the fact that the bonuses are stacking with the birthday celebration, it's literally making it one of the best calm days in terms of bonuses we've seen in some time, and we're going to be releasing an entirely separate Sobble calm day video, I believe coming on Monday or Tuesday night. So pay attention to that because there are a few things that you definitely haven't picked up for that event either. Please don't forget Scenic Sunday, especially with the birthday celebration event going on. It's perfect because it's overlapping. The thing that's happening on Scenic Sunday is that more Pokemon are going to be boosted in the wild when walking routes and you use an incense. Incense spawns are going to be increased as well, but you can also encounter Mateo 3 times on the Sunday to exchange 3 different gifts. Of course, they will be coming from different regions, so it gives you a good opportunity to get that Scatterbug encounter, maybe from a region you didn't have the right Vivillon patent from, but also you could potentially get 7-kilometer eggs from Mateo, which of course would be from another region, and it's very important to put those in a trade folder because you can chip away at that pilot medal, which is an incredible distance to cover in terms of trading Pokemon, and the best way to do that is to trade Pokemon coming from other countries. So again, you want to be walking routes this specific Sunday. There's going to be more Pokemon spawning in the wild, more Pokemon spawning off your incense, and again, if you want to maybe pop that daily incense, this is maybe where those Galarian birds could be a target as well. This is definitely the event you want to be playing, and of course all of those costume Pokemon may be coming with a slight shiny boost like we mentioned for that Gimmighoul with a special background and the coin a little bit earlier. To be honest, this week is looking incredible in Pokemon Go, but next week is gonna be even bigger. We've mentioned the Road of Legends event, and what we've actually done is done a step-by-step breakdown of everything you need to know from this point in Pokemon Go until the end of GoFest. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of information. What we've done is done an entirely separate video, and to be honest, we dropped it as of recording this video last night, and it is popping off. You need to look at this video because it's going to simplify everything for you, and then when it gets closer to that event, I'm going to make it even easier in terms of what to prioritize. So that's the video you need to watch, but while we're here as well, I mentioned that birthday celebration video and how to maximize it. I'm going to leave it above me right now. You need to watch both of those videos. Trust me, this month in Pokemon Go is massive and you need to take advantage of it, especially in the next 2 weeks. Love you guys, go with us. We stacked this video. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe button. As I told you, dmax and Pheasant is counting on you to subscribe, so please do that for us and hit that hype button so we can send it as far as wide as possible. Love you guys, go with us, and we'll catch you in the next one, baby. Shh.